This is my block, like where I caught most of my drug charges at. I caught a drug charge right here, right here. I made the sale, boop, walking through the block. I see police coming behind me. As I'm walking through the block, I'm emptying all the crack on the floor in front of me and trying to step on it. Them niggas right behind me like this, picking up everything. I had boulders. I always get into arguments and shit with police. They come over here, hey, you can't. Listen, my man, I've been living here longer than you've been a cop. I used to keep my gun in this garbage can here. Well, any garbage can that was available. Anyone.
If you wanted some drugs now, how long would it take?
2 seconds.
Are we talking about any type of drugs?
Yeah. It's right in front of your face, but you just can't see it. I can see it, but you can't. You know?
I used to think that making certain drugs illegal was simply common sense. This series is about why I've changed my mind. Because it doesn't work. 40 years of our governments trying to stop production have been a total failure. Years of prohibition in the UK and the US have filled our prisons to overflowing. Now, over 40% of prisoners are inside for drug-related offences. In this film, set in New York, I follow a dealer and the struggle to escape the revolving door of prison, release and prison again. And see how zero-tolerance drug laws don't stop supply, but ruin lives.
I'm Thomas Winston. I'm 28 years old. I've spent 7 years out of my life incarcerated due to drugs.
New York and federal investigators bust a Queens drug dealing operation at the largest public housing complex in the city. Investigators say they've arrested scores of alleged drug dealers accused of selling cocaine to undercover officers in a covert operation that lasted almost a year.
Police in Queens say they've arrested 59 people in connection with a massive drug operation at the city's largest public housing complex. A police spokesman says 34 of those people are charged with selling crack cocaine, heroin, and marijuana at the Queensbridge complex.
Mr. Officer, please take these handcuffs off for us. I ain't know a drug sale would cost this much.
Thomas Winston, stereotype. A black New Yorker who's been in and out of prison all his life for sale and possession of drugs. Thomas has signed up for a campaign to reform New York's Rockefeller drug laws. Sale or possession of small amounts of drugs are given a mandatory sentence equivalent to second-degree murder. Along with a coachload of ex-offenders, Thomas is off to petition politicians in the state capital, Albany. They are also campaigning to highlight that while all research shows that white people sell and take just as many drugs, 9 out of 10 of those in prison are black or Latino.
Get them treatment, you understand? Then you want to tell a little bit about your personal story, but you also want to let them know that once you start treating people, the crime rate is going to be reduced. I'm living proof. You live in proof. You live in proof. You live in proof. We're all ex-offenders. So yeah, personal stories mean something, but to some of them, they hear you, but they're like, that's not my concern. My concern is public safety.
Yeah,
so
but these dudes, they never been in the same room with a person that came from that. All it was read paperwork.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when you share them personal stories, they be blown away.
But you also want to let them know that once you start treating people, the crime rate is going to be reduced.
We're here today to enlighten you, like on things that, situations we've been going through with our life and with certain laws. Like, Incarceration for drug offenders is not changing people. It's just creating criminals. It's like I had a 1 to 3, but I ended up doing the whole 3 years because of the negativity, the drug activity that's inside these jails, and like, it's no different from the streets. There's no rehabilitation. We trying to save money too, at the same time. It's about $35,000 to keep a person incarcerated and $2,500 to send them to a drug treatment program. People that's being railroaded, that don't have no knowledge of the law and is being tricked into taking time that they shouldn't have.
I don't think we got anywhere with that one.
Have a nice day, man. Deputy Minority Whip.
Thomas has been out of jail for 3 months. The court has put him on a residential programme, deliberately away from the Queensbridge estate and his old life.
I had the average drug dealer's dream, thinking I'm gonna sell drugs and save up all this money to move or live better, but it wasn't even going like that. It was more of a living day to day, you know? Now, this program just brought reality, like right here in front of my face. I'm not sleeping all day and up all night. I participate in meetings. I completed this career development program. I want to wake up in the morning, Monday morning. I got to go to work. I got to come home. If I'm going to school, go to school after that. Come home, mess around with the kids, you know, probably watch a little ESPN on TV, take a shower, go to sleep, and get ready for the next day, you know, like a set life. Like, my day is already planned out. I just came from Albany, actually, with the Drop the Rock.
Every month, Thomas has to report to court with his lawyer. He must prove he is sticking to the program laid down by the judge.
Someone's charged with like an A1. I'll speak to him and so that he understands why you have that one excuse day. So Judge Mullins doesn't flip out and throw you in jail at the end of the program. And she will too, you know. That's why I'm telling you, don't mess up. We're getting to the end of the program. We got 3 more months. Hang in there, do everything you're supposed to do. Because Mullins wouldn't care. She'll put you in jail in a heartbeat. All right? She's not one of the compassionate judges. If you mess up, she could sentence you from anywhere from 1 to 9 years in jail. I'll meet you inside.
All right. I figure this country's laws is to protect the lawmakers. Cocaine was an expensive drug, like a rich man's drug. And a lot of politicians and people in big places was doing this drug. So what do you do when you doing something that's against the law? You make the sentencing and the repercussions for it petty. I could get 1 year in jail for cocaine, but I could get 10 years for crack cocaine.
It's deliberately racist. The reason I say that is because there's drugs on Wall Street. And I know, because I've been on Wall Street when my colleagues have used cocaine in their offices. There's drugs in this environment, in the defense lawyers' offices and the district attorney's offices. I mean, there's drugs around here. But no one goes into these places where, first, they're generally white, they're generally wealthy, they're not going to be able to make an easy arrest, and they're not going to make a volume arrest.
Because the image is that it's just blacks and Latinos that sell drugs and do it.
No, it's blacks and Latinos that get arrested for it. So I'm going to meet you back here, I guess, at about 2:15.
Okay.
All right? I think, yeah, she...
Thomas's lawyer got him a place at the castle as part of his parole. It's run by a charity for people coming out of prison. A place here requires a real commitment to changing yourself. There are just 60 beds and thousands of applicants. The program is designed to break the cycle of reoffending and to keep people from the criminal environments they came from.
It is exciting to know what I am at choice today. No, it is exciting to know that I am at choice today. It does not matter what is going on in my life on the outside. All that matters is how I choose to feel on the inside. I have found tools today that can guide me on a positive path. All I have to do is use them. Today I can choose whether to feel positive or negative.
When I get on the train in the morning, the one train, any train I get on, there's people sleeping on it, and I go, by the grace of God, there I go. So I'm only that far, that arm's way of length from a drink or a drug, that I can do that and sabotage my recovery very easily.
Today I could say I had the choice of not getting high and getting high. And I choose not to get high. You understand what I'm saying? And I thank my higher power because he's helped me through making it as far as I did. I got 4.5 months clean. I'm a week shy of 5 months. Good morning. Afternoon.
Shanika Carter is another New York drug statistic with a history of possession and dealing.
In 2001, I got pregnant by my best friend. I got pregnant with twins. I lost one at 3 months, and I lost one at 8 months. It was a boy. His name was Jeremiah. When I lost him, I gave up hope for everything. I just needed a way to escape from the pain. I didn't know how to deal with it. And drugs were the easiest way to do it. Drugs made me feel nothing. I felt numb. I wonder how these people really look at us. Clean the streets. Some of them look at us like we're like shit. Like all you do is sweep the streets. You're not shit. Sometimes I just want to give up. I want to throw in a towel and go back out there because it's so much easier to live without responsibility and to live with responsibility.
Shanika's father and brothers are in and out of jail all the time on drug charges, for possession and dealing. On her day off, she travels out Long Island to reconnect with her mother.
We're getting ready to approach my mother's block. Crack cocaine was all over that place. I knew about 10 different drug dealers in one building. Terrace Avenue, the notorious block for drugs. This is my mother's apartment building. This is where anything went. I love you though, even though we don't get along that great.
Oh, please. We get along better than any of your other sisters, brothers.
Only because I know what your problem is.
Your problem is, you mean?
No, your problem.
Get a fork or a spoon and dish that out, please. We used to call crackheads zombies because you could pull off their leg or their arm and they're still going to go after you or go after that crack or whatever they need.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Shit, when I got beat by that guy, I said, here goes your $20 back. He said, no, you're going to suck my... Went under his seat and pulled out a gun. He started beating the shit out of me with it. I had lumps all over my face. And when I came back to this block, all I wanted to do was get high. I ain't worried about calling the police. I ain't worried about going to the hospital, nothing. All I wanted to do was get high.
You hit rock bottom.
You think so?
I know so. In order to get off of drugs, you have to hit rock bottom.
How do you know I'm not just doing this just to get my apartment, just to get me a good job, to go back out there and do the same thing?
The only thing I can say is God be with you. That's the only thing I can say.
Thomas had a baby with a fellow offender he met briefly at the castle. Neither has a home, so the child is now in care with his aunt and his grandmother, back on the Queensbridge estate.
Talking about the quarterback part of it. Now, the defenseless receiver, I have no problem with that rule when a guy really cannot...
Try to look at life a little more differently than you do now. It's not about the fast life. Slow down. You got somebody that needs you now. That baby needs you. You can't expect everybody. Your mother will raise that baby, but it's not her job, it's your job. It's not my job, it's your job. You made that baby, be responsible. Tell that little girl, I'll be with you forever. All you got to do is leave your friends alone. Get new friends. An old friend will keep you in trouble.
I think that's kind of ridiculous. And it's not like every year we've got multiple quarterbacks going down with knee injuries.
He better get a job. He better get a job. That's what he better do. Because that baby needs Pampers and milk. And we ain't going to keep on doing it. That's right. Not that we can't do it. It's like we ain't going to do it. Because that's his responsibility. You got to pick up your load and carry it like the rest of us do. So all I got to say to Thomas is you better be cool and straighten that life. Because if you don't, you'll be going for a long time up the river. And don't even ask me for a box of Cracker Jack or nothing, because I'm not sending nothing to you.
Thomas is off to attend a special counselling session. Staff at the castle are concerned about the impact of becoming a father.
The child currently lives with other family members. What kind of contact do you have with the mother?
None.
No contact with mother. Okay. What's your charge? Your latest charge?
For why I'm here? Sale of a controlled substance.
And before that?
Sale of a controlled substance.
And before that?
Attempted murder. And another sale of a controlled substance.
How old were you when you were selling drugs?
13, 14. See, it's like this. Every time I did something or committed a crime, I was sent to jail. Jail, 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 jail. And they don't have no type of setup that prepares you to come home when you come home from jail. So I come home and get back into the same thing.
Should you fail the program, what are you facing?
Up to 9 years.
That means that if you fail the program, you won't see your daughter until she's about ready to enter what grade? 7th?
Probably.
Something like that, right? That's something to think about.
I'm gonna do like one line.
Not just as you go, just, you know what I mean? Just do what you're gonna do, say, you know what I mean?
All right. Man, they try and lock me up, throw away the key. My life behind bars, all for a key, your cocaine. They try and take me off for the streets, a drug sale. When the cops brought shit to me, ain't that entrapment? Man, a setup, I tell you, the only plan they give you is set up for failure.
Do you start your day with the belief that people are genuinely good?
No.
No?
No. That's living in a fairy tale. Soon as the government done with you, my G, your ass getting picked off, and they make you believe that money's everything. Take a look around, money's everything. You need money to eat, you need money to sleep. Certain circles, man, you need money to speak. You need money for tail, then money for bail. And plus you need money just to stay out of jail. So how bad is the crime when you could pay money, come home, and then get back on your grind? Cause half of the time, you just trying to feed your family and stay safe.
You take an average of our clients, age of 16, was dealing drugs, highly capable of bringing in $15,000 a week, okay, in cash. Does whatever he wants with it. If he wants to have lobster in Long Island at 3 o'clock in the morning, he can at 16. And then they go through the system, they come to Fortune, we send them to career development, and because he doesn't have any work history, because he doesn't have education, the best we can get him is a minimum wage job. So now you want this kid who was capable of doing $15,000 a week to go get a job at $7.25 an hour at McDonald's. And he's got to sweat it to get that $725. Now, on top of that, he happens to be a non-custodial father with a child support that's due to the state, with an income execution that's going to take about 24% of his income. So he's left with $110 at the end of the week. Let's do the math. $15,000, 110. Do you realize the strength it takes to do, okay, I'm going to keep the 110 because I know this is the right thing?
Cause half of the time you just trying to feed your family and stay sane and not lose half of your mind. And those that seek refuge and pastors are blind, eyes wide shut.
It's no wonder that almost half the drug offenders on the court programs in New York drop out after less than 6 months, even if it does mean a return to jail. Thomas is back in prison. He is there to help set up one of the castle's regular performances for prisoners.
Jail is like you dead to the world. My whole hood is in jail right now. That shit is not for me.
Former prisoners are here to talk about their lives and how they've tried to change.
One, two.
We understand that the people who are sitting in this section are happy for us to see their faces. As I stand there explaining the film we are making, I am virtually the only white person in the room. Yet a recent Human Rights Watch report has confirmed that whites both sell and take drugs just as much as blacks.
Things are pretty bright at the start. My mom and dad were both working. I was the youngest of 3 boys. And even if the building we started out in had rats and junkies in the hallways, in the apartment, things were all right. Looking back, I would say I had a loving family.
When I look back, I feel like crying. I never had a chance. That's not a complaint, just a fact. By the time I was old enough to choose, I no longer had a choice. I was getting high at the age of 10, just to numb the pain.
I saw an addict OD in my building. My oldest brother went to prison. I saw a black woman hanging from a telephone pole 6 blocks from my house, all before my 10th birthday.
Prison for me was like going from junior high to senior high. I would do a few years, get released, join up my brother and hit the streets, doing what we knew how to do. Steal, rob people, sell drugs, get high, and of course, get rearrested.
You can change lives. It's up to you. So don't tell me about your brother get high, your aunt get high, your uncle get high. Move away from them like I did. Go to a shelter, go to a castle. I could have went to my brother's house. But he was blowing his brains out, smoking weed, drinking, living in the projects where I got arrested 12 times. No, I didn't need to be over there. So it's up to you to decide. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, did you see where we went by? Like a couple blocks down from the store I was telling you about? Yeah. I seen a girl there. I want to get out the car and ask her if she's seen heaven. But I don't want you to park like...
Shanika is trying to stay away from her old haunts. But today she's come back to find a girlfriend, Heaven, who has just left jail. Shanika's dream is to get her off the streets and keep her out of prison.
I know she's active, and if I get in contact with her, I'll be able to let her know that I'm here for her. The last time I talked to her, she said she wanted to get out of the game. She doesn't want to get high anymore, but she doesn't have a place to go.
Do you want me to stop now?
No, you can pull up over in this area somewhere. Hold that off. Hold that down. These are drug deals I used to deal with. I see a couple of them.
Is it dangerous out here?
This is very dangerous. They see a wire on me, they think I'm out here snitching, trying to get somebody locked up or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they don't know. Their automatic thing is, okay, we got to get rid of this person. Wow! Oh my God.
No. How you been?
It's good.
Nigga, what the fuck out of here, nigga? You gonna give me a hug. Shout what up?
I've been looking for
like
you.
Shit, I know.
I don't give a I don't give a feel like
How you doing good?
Yeah.
Give me a lighter. Were you with them?
Yeah.
You leaving?
No. I'm doing a documentary on the war on drugs. Listen. My main reason for coming out here today was to see you.
18.
I just want to talk to you. You ain't got to worry.
What?
There's some people from England doing at my program. They're doing a documentary or whatever on certain people. Yeah.
I want to talk to them niggas. I'll tell them about drugs. Come on. You need be right back. You be right back. Shower on the mother. I'll live right here. 32 Maple, Red House.
All right.
Be right back.
That was heaven. I found her. Wow. Like my heart is pumping right now. Ooh, baby. That was her. That was her. That was in her. I can't believe it. Angus, thank you, man. Thank you.
Actually, I was a very pretty girl before I started doing drugs. I had pictures to show you. But I destroyed myself. Why are you looking like that?
Looking like what? I'm just happy to see you and happy
Are
to...
you really? Good. Put a, I don't want it cooked so much.
Shit, put it between your legs. It's hot down there.
Sure.
Now that we found love, what are we gonna do with it? Now that we found love. I don't want you to think this is based on because I want to be with you. This is based on trying to help you out because somebody helped me out. You understand what I'm saying? I want you to know that I really love you, like, deeply, severely. And I keep thinking about how we was locked up together. We would write each other letters.
I don't look like shit. You saw that weight?
Shit, I gained a lot of weight. I asked my higher power to put you in my life. So. You know, I'm here for you, right? I'm serious. You understand that? I'll do anything for you. Anything. It doesn't matter. Don't hesitate to call me. I don't care if you're high or not. I don't care if you pick up or not. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
I want you to know that I really love you.
I love you too.
No, I really love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I'm here for you, man. You understand me? Mm-hmm. Got a couple dollars here. Let me make sure I'm okay too. It's 10.
Thank you.
See room beaming, got you scheming. See room beaming on the brain, cause you to go insane, walking on all fours like a dog. Transform like a transformer. G.O.D., can't you see me? Standing inside the universal flag on the 41st side. What side? That's where I live. That's where I lay my head, go to bed. Queensbridge styling, never freestyling.
Anytime I'm mad or just, I go to the hood. It's like a stray dog. If you raise a dog and bring him somewhere and leave him, he'll find his way back to where he was raised and brought up and he spent years and years and years at. So it's kind of like that. You want to be where you're familiar at. It's like a rush being in the middle of all that, like playing that game, standing on the block with guns and waiting for the enemy to come through and shooting at them, they shooting at y'all. That shit was fun.
All around, just out of sight, are friends making their living from the major source of income available.
Yeah. 45? All right, give me like, it's 25 and 20? All right, give me like 5 minutes, something like 5 minutes. I got you. Like somebody just called me just now. They want 45, so I gotta make them some shit right now. I got right here.
What's 45?
14. That's 45 20s, so I get $450.
How quickly do sellers come out again after a raid?
The same day. But they don't stay in the corner right away. They work by the phone. They ain't gonna stay in the corner. They'd be stupid. So it's always somebody some jaws, so they can make all the raids they want. They really ain't doing nothing. Think they doing something, they really ain't doing nothing. Probably made around like $13.50 today. It's not bad so far. It's still early.
With so many friends inside, Thomas is a regular visitor to the prison on Rikers Island. He's been trying to arrange bail for a friend.
They said he was selling, but, you know.
Always innocent and proven guilty.
Yeah.
Always innocent and proven guilty, so they can say what they want to say.
Do you think prison helps stop people selling or doing drugs?
Make it hard for you to get a job and get out of jail.
So what does you do when you can't get a job to get money?
It's all back to the streets.
So we know, like we try to do right, but they won't let us do right.
You can't get a job, you gotta survive. Either you're gonna go get a legit hustle or you're gonna get a illegal hustle. One or the other. I'm not saying illegal hustle's right, but you know, people do what they gotta do.
It's only illegal because they ain't getting no money off it.
I know people that been home for years now, they can't find a good job. I mean, you can find a job, but like McDonald's and shit like that, like, you can't live off no 100 hours a week. Like, you gonna need 5 jobs for that.
You gotta live with your parents, but you ain't paying nothing.
Every night, Thomas is required to return to the castle by 9 p.m, where he will be tested for drink and drugs.
Find some new friends. Try to look at life a little more differently than you do now. It's not about the fast life. Slow down.
I'm really proud of you. I am. You're doing very good against all the odds.
You can change lives. It's up to you to decide.
You can't ever tell me again I didn't get a break.
If you fail the program, you won't see your daughter until she's about ready to enter what grade? 7th? That's something to think about.
Well, he's supposed to be here at noon. It's now 5 after 12, and he's not here as yet. If he doesn't show up today, she's going to issue a warrant for him. And if he's brought in on a warrant, the judge is going to terminate the program and put him in jail.
At the last moment, Thomas turns up, knowing he has missed days and nights from his program.
You start to Zalakine, go straight in, okay? I'll be right there with you.
He strikes lucky. His usual judge is not sitting.
You know, I'm really upset at you. You know that, right? Look at me. I'm really upset. You didn't call me back. I left you a number of messages. I didn't know what was going to happen today. You know, if it's Judge Mullins, she would have put you in. You know that, right? You're lucky. You're very lucky. I don't like that you're messing around with this.
My phone just been, I'm waiting for the company to send me a new phone and
Thomas,
like,
you gotta call me before your court date. You got an attempt murder case dismissed. You want to go to jail for this shit? Come on. You're messing around with something that's not even that big a deal. Look at me. You're not looking at me. That means you did something wrong. You know you did something wrong. Judge Mullins is gonna put you in jail. She doesn't play. You're lucky it was Judge Jarrett. I'm really, really angry with you, and I'm going to tell you a lot of things after they turn this microphone off. I'm not joking.
Thomas has left the castle. It doesn't allow children. So for Thomas and the baby's mother to have a chance of setting up home, he has had to move out. In effect, he is now homeless, sleeping on his grandma's couch and hanging out on the estate. He introduces me to one of his dealer friends. The man operates in the white world outside and knows about the chain of supply.
This is not a lot. I'm not here to show you a lot. I'm just here to show you basically how it goes down. This is like a night's worth.
And the people supplying the coke, where are they from?
First of all, these guys that I was dealing with, they're white. They live in a nice spot where rent is like $4,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? So they don't live nowhere near the drugs. They're very smart. That's why they've been around as long as they did. Okay. This is just enough for tonight. I mean, just like 9.
How much is that?
This is shit. When I'm done with it, I add cut on it. This is the cut. This is Benny fiber. Makes you shit because coke is a natural laxative. So therefore, I rather put fiber. It blends in nice, same color, gives it a shine. So if I spend $250 roughly, and I put 4 grams of cut on top of 8, that'll make this about $1,200. $400, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000.
Do the kids out here get done by the police in the same way?
As the kids in the city?
Yeah.
Hell no.
Why not?
Why not? Because you're in a white suburban area. They don't want to arrest their own kind, but so much. They want to arrest the worst out of their own kind. And out there in Queens, they just want to catch any and everybody. Everybody's bad, they just think. Even the kids that's good.
What do you think would happen if they started arresting the white kids for drugs in the same way as they...
If they start arresting the kids out here, like in the city, just for no apparent reason and, with them all the time, the parents would be so pissed off. And that's one thing you don't want. This is the highest tax bracket in New York is Long Island.
This shit is called projects because this shit is an experiment, like a project.
Fear what they don't understand, hate what they can't conquer.
So this is how they keep us in control. Second you up, nigga, your ass is away.
Now parole get paid off you, police get paid off you, the system get paid off.
They don't go. about the hood.
Yeah, that's
they
what I'm
want to
saying.
get money.
They wanna
That
get
is
money.
that bread. The more people you lock up, the more money.
Yup.
We feeding families. You know what I mean? That's why they throwing everybody in jail. Anybody's, you know what I mean? I'm trying to work things out and like see, you know what I mean? Doing what's best for my daughter. That's basically it. Doing what's best for my daughter.
Have you got a court appearance next week?
Yeah.
Are you worried about that?
Hell yeah, I might go to jail. I might go to jail. Because I miss a lot of days, but I got excuses for them, but they acting like, I don't know, I don't even want to talk about that. Go to jail. They say our sentence like 3.5 years, 3.5. Three and a half years, that's it. There's a lot of time, but I don't give a I give a but, like,
Shanika has finished her program and stuck at her job in downtown Manhattan for 6 months, paid the minimum wage of £4 an hour.
So there's always plenty of people using out here. Oh, where'd it go? Always find bags, little baggies. Looked like coke was in here. Yeah, it was. I can see the residue. The cleaner I get, the more shit I find.
Do people around here take coke?
Oh, do they? I found a 20 bag of cocaine last week on my route. I was on 2nd Avenue. No, I was on 1st Avenue. I was on 1st Avenue, about 2 blocks away, and it was a full bag. I picked that shit up and I threw it in the garbage.
Have you been to see heaven?
At this point in time, I can never be with a drug addict, because that's not my lifestyle anymore. It's no longer my lifestyle, so as much as I want to pick up the phone and call her every day, I know that I can't, because she can easily suck me back into that world. Gonna walk away, gonna walk away. It's not that I don't love you, 'cause I do.
Shanika still attends rallies. For the first time in decades, and with a black president who has openly admitted to taking cocaine as a young man, campaigns to change the laws are getting a real hearing.
For those of you who have been here year after year, making this case, the real credit for today is yours. For those of you who have just joined this struggle, I welcome you to being a part of the moral contradiction of this time and this era. We punish those who are sick. We waste money on trying to incarcerate those who should be treated. We devastate communities. We do not protect our young.
That's right.
The definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over again and get the same results. It's true for the addict. It's true for the addicted society. It's true for using a criminal justice model
to solve a medical problem.
In October 2009, elements of the Rockefeller drugs laws were repealed, giving some discretion in sentencing back to the judges. But mandatory sentences still apply to most. The courts are still overwhelmed, and the prisons are still full. And Thomas Winston? The laws against drugs didn't deter him. Nor did the law save him. On Christmas Day 2009, Thomas was stabbed to death on the Queensbridge estate.
Walking on all floors like a dog. Transform like a transformer. G.O.D., can't you see me? Standing inside the universal flag on the 41st.
For further information about the issues raised in this programme, go to channel4.com/ourdrugswar. Next, perfection, but at what price? The controversial cases of breast enlargement on the NHS in the hospital.
This ain't the Allen. So stop wilding. You know, I stopped wilding out. You know, the things that I was doing, smoking. I used to